حتى إذا بلغ مطلع الشمس وجدها تتلو على قوم لم نجعل لهم من دونها سترا كذلك وقد أعطنا بما لديه هورا ثم أتبعنا سببا حتى إذا بلغ بين الزادين وجد منهما قوما لا يكادون يفقهون قولا قالوا يا ذا القرنين إن يأجوج ومأجوج مفسدون في الأرض فهل نجعل لك خرجا ولم تجعل بيننا وبينهم سدا ولما مكن فيه وفيه خير فهيئني بقسوة أجعل بينهم وبينهم ردما آتوني سبل الحديد حتى إذا سوى بين صدفين قال إنفقوا حتى إذا جعله نارا قال آتوني أفرغ عليه كترا فما إذ استطاعوا أن يسيروا وما إذ استطاعوا له صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغ رسوله الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله سيدنا محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
أعوذ
بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونشكره ونستعينه ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلن هادي له ومن يضلل فلن تجد وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبعث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وبعد، عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله. وقال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فلنسألن الذين أرسل إليهم ولنسألن المرسلين والوزن يومئذ الحق. فمن ثقلت موازينه فأولئك هم المفلحون ومن خفت موازينه فأولئك الذين خسروا أنفسهم بما كانوا بآياتنا يظلمون. وجعلناهم أئمة يهتدون بأمرنا وأوحينا إليهم فعل الخيرات وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة وكانوا لنا عابدين. والذين استجابوا لربهم وأقاموا الصلاة وأمرهم شورى بينهم ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. يا داود إنا جعلناك خليفة في الأرض فاحكم بين الناس بالحق ولا تتبع الهوى فيضلك عن سبيل الله. إن الذين يضلون عن سبيل الله لهم عذاب شديد بما نسوا يوم الحساب. وإذ ابتلى إبراهيم ربه بكلمات فأتمهن قال إني جاعلك للناس إماما قال ومن ذريتي قال لا ينال عهدي الظالمين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذريتنا قرة أعين
وجعلنا للمتقين إماما. All praises are due to Allah, the Lord of the world. We thank Him, we worship Him. We also bear witness that there is no deity that is worthy of worship except Him. We also bear witness that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His messenger and also His worshipper. My brothers and sisters in Islam today, we want to talk about leadership. We want to talk about leadership and responsibility. Responsibilities of any one of us, either man or woman, because it has been known, as it is said by the old Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that kullukum ra'i wa kullukum mas'ul an rahiyatihi, that each and every one of us, we are shepherds. Each and every one of us, we are accountable. We are responsible. And we shall ask every man or woman of his or her responsibility. Every one of us shall be responsible on how we handle the responsibility that is being given to us. By you being a father of a household or a mother of a household, you are a leader. Allah is giving you some level of trust. It is some trust that is entrusted on you by Allah. Those children that you have, they are trust to you. If you are an imam, the congregations that choose to follow you, that choose to come to your masjid, they are trust that Allah has given to you. And this trust, now you are accountable for them. When Allah was going to talk about how He's going to line us up on the last day of judgment, He said, He said, each soul shall line up behind its leader. He's our leader. Right? So which means the leader is accountable for how he or she has led his congregation. The same thing for other roles that we find ourselves. You that happen to be a manager at work, a director, a president, or any kind of position. This is for us to remind ourselves, just to acknowledge ourselves a little bit, how we handle the position that Allah has bestowed on us. This position are sort of blessings to us. But my brothers and sisters, know that they are also a sort of test to you. Because Allah said, we are going to ask in details of those that the message we are sent to. We are going to ask in details for those that we are led, the followers. We are also going to ask those that gave the message, those that gave the instructions, that said, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we do it right here. This is how we do it right here. Even the next verse that follows this very specific verse, Allah said, we are going to give them the story, the history, almost like a camera description, like a video camera. And Allah said, we are not going to be absent. وَمَا كُنَّ عَلَيْهَا غَائِبِينَ. How كما قال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم. We are not going to be absent. Right? So Allah, also, the other thing we want to take a look at is what are the sample or the fine sample of how leadership has been described in the Quran or in the line of Islam. If we look in Surah Al-Anbiya, when Allah was describing the prophets, all the prophets, alayhim salam, they were given position of leadership. Allah imposed it on them. Some of them were scared. We remember the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam when he was going to go to Fir'aun. That gave him all kind of confidence. Even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he was going to deliver some of the messages at some point in time, he wasn't uncomfortable. Right? Surah Al-Najm came, Surah Al-Duha came, and all other kind of surah. But Allah described all these prophets in how they led and said, وَجَعَلْنَاهُمْ أَئِمَّةً يَهْدُونَ بِأَمْرِنَا. We elected them or selected them as leaders. يَهْدُونَ بِأَمْرِنَا. They guide with what we tell them. They guide with the kind of guidance that we give them. وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْهِمْ فِعْلَ الْخَيْرَاتِ. And also we bestow upon them of good deeds or of good jobs or works that people can do in the position of leadership. وَإِقَامَ الصَّلَاةِ وَإِيتَاءِ الزَّكَاةِ. These people, they don't only do that, they observe all their prayers. And they also give zakat as well. وَكَانُوا لَنَا عَابِدِينَ. These are the real worshippers. And Allah said in another section, when he was describing how leaders lead, in Surah Al-Shu'ara, he said, وَالَّذِينَ اسْتَجَابُوا لِرَبِّهِمْ. Those that stood steadfastness in firm way in how they asked Allah for what they needed. وَإِقَامُوا الصَّلَاةِ. See, Allah always talks on Salat, the importance of Salat. And they do observe their salawat as well. وَأَمْرُهُمْ شُورَى بَيْنَهُمْ. And when they lead, when they make decisions, when they make their own instructions, they don't make it based on their own personal judgment. وَأَمْرُهُمْ شُورَى بَيْنَهُمْ. They ensure that they do their instructions based on consultations, based on consulting others that surround them. The decision of a president will not be that of his only. It will be that of the cabinet. The decision of a man of the house, a real good man, will not be that of his, will be that of him and his wife for a good man. Any one of us here that's standing with that notion that, well, yeah, I'm the man of the house, I can do whatever I want, should know that he's doing something wrong. Any one of us that's saying, well, I'm the lady of the house, I know my way around, I can do what I want, should know that he's doing something wrong. The same thing with other positions, other opportunities that Allah has given us. Allah said, وَأَمْرُهُمْ شُورَى بَيْنَهُمْ. They ensure that they engage in consultations when they're making decisions. If you are the type that doesn't ask for other people's thoughts, if you don't see yourself saying, okay, what do you think about this? Before you finalize the decision, know that that decision is not really supported by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So Allah said that, right? And then Allah said to Prophet Dawud alayhi salatu wasalam, right after when he finished conquering Goliath, Jalut, we all know about the story of David and Goliath. When he was able to win him, which Allah touched upon towards the end of Surah Al-Baqarah, when he said, "Coming fiatin wa ilatin wa ghalabatin fiatan kathiratan bi'idhnillah, wallahu ma'as sabirin." As not powerful as people have seen Prophet Dawud alayhi salam and his supporters then compared to Jalut, he won them and also he became king. King David, as we all know. Well, Allah called his attention. And this is kind of attention that those that are Islamic scholars, they usually give to imams. When somebody gets elected as an imam, This ayah right here, people read it to them. When someone becomes the president of a country, a governor of a state, for example, they read it to them to let them know that it is not you that got there. It is a test from you. Allah said, Ya Dawud, O you Prophet Dawud alayhi salam, Inna ja'alnaka khalifatun fil ard. We are the one that makes you a khalifa, that makes you a leader, that makes you somebody that they listen to. And it turned down already. We have a dinner. Allah said, فَحْكُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِالْحَقِّ. Make sure that you operate among all your congregations, all your followers, بِالْحَقِّ. We are not going to say truth right here. We're going to use the term justice. Make sure you are just in your justification. وَلَا تَتَّبِعْ الْأَهْوَاءَ. Don't follow your conscience. Don't follow just what you want. Don't follow your personal desire. Allah warned him and said, if you do that, he's gonna string you astray from the right of Allah. Said, Innal ladina yadiluna an sabilillah. Those that fall into this category, lahum azabun shadid. I've prepared very big punishment for them. Bima nasu yawm al-hisab. When we get to have everybody gathered together on the last day of judgment. And Allah also talk about leadership in another aspect. A leadership that is altruistic. A leadership that doesn't necessarily focus on the self. A leadership that understands the notion of, okay, I happen to be the father right now. I happen to be a leader right now. How about those that are coming behind me? Unlike the kind of unfortunate leadership that we have where we come from, and other part of the world as well, to be frank, where a leader will be taken into himself or upon himself or embellishing the proceed that belongs to millions or hundreds of millions of people. And don't even think about other generations to come. Talk less of thinking about other generations to come. Right? Look at Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam right here. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah said, when Allah tested Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wa salam, when I tested him with certain things, with certain discussions that I had with him, and he passed. Allah said this. Allah said, Inni ja'iluka linnas imama. I am going to make you a leader within mankind, within the society. What did Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam said right after that? He said, Qala wa min zuriyati. How? Okay, I thank you, Allah. But how about my offspring, my children, those that are going to come about? How many of us do this? Let's be frank, especially in our part of the world. You know, we have a tendency of living as if we're not even planning to leave this planet. We claim that we plan for the future, but our action doesn't necessarily show that, right? Our actions does not necessarily show that. And a lot of our children is saying that. And now they kind of regress in a way, right? They're moving away. This is a tough talk, but a real talk for us. Even it does affect me that it's talking as well, because I'm also part of the community. This is the part that I really want to focus on. What are we planning for our future? The future of our community. Now, how strong is our youth base still? I know we are working hard on that, but how strong is our youth base in being able to pass the baton in every aspect? We go to different massages, we see them, alhamdulillah, now it's happening, right? Where we're trying to build more leaders, more imams. There is a lot of programs now that a lot of other communities are starting, where they're building imams. They will send them to even schools, just like government send people to universities to go and learn, right? So Prophet Ibrahim said this, right? And he didn't say this in here, he said this for other things. All the benefits that you see in Saudi Arabia today, Prophet Ibrahim was the one that asked for it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah granted it. And that's the reason why you will see the other ayah that says, Rabbana hablana min azwajina. Oh Allah, bestow upon us min azwajina wa zurriyatina, from amongst our wives, wa min zurriyatina, and our children and the children of our children, our offspring. Qurrata ayun, the kind of children that we see blessing in it, the kind of children that gives us happiness. They said the cream of our eye. Not the kind of children or any child that you see and that you're not necessarily happy on. And make us among the leaders of those that fear Allah, or among the leaders of good Muslims. My brothers and sisters, every one of us right here, we are leaders. We are leaders. The leadership doesn't start only or doesn't stop at the imam level. If you have a household, you're a leader. You're living right here and you have family back home in Nigeria, for example, you're a leader because they do look forward to you. How are you leading? You know, are you using your might or your money to bless some and punish some just because of something that happened 30, 40 years ago when you guys were still growing up in Lagos? How are you doing it? You know, let's reflect on this, my brothers and sisters. Allah said, well, it turns you not soon. This is an opportunity for each one of us, each and every one of us, to reflect again on what we are doing, on what we are setting forth for our tomorrow. May Allah make it easier for us, make us better Muslims. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر لي ولكل المؤمنين والمؤمنات. الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على المصطفى وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم صفا. My brothers and sisters in Islam, there's not so much that we are saying to ourselves that we've not heard. This is just a reminder for us. Our future is our children. Our future is our youth. How are we building our future? You know, there's still a lot of responsibility that is bestowed on us on how we do this. Because, I mean, there are other verses that talk about what the generation that comes after, what they say about generations that have come before them on the last day of judgment. May the bitterness of those kind of explanations, those encounters, may it not be on any one of us. May Allah guide us. Let's be among the best of Ummah. Make it easier for us. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. Before we observe our salah, we have our brothers and sisters, inshallah, that we have sisters from Illinois Muslim Coalition that we will need a couple of minutes. Please, let's settle down. Don't let us leave. Let's just give them an opportunity to address us right after salah. Inshallah, they've been helping these masjid and other masajid. So may Allah make it easier for us. قوموا إلى صلاتكم وأقيموا الصلاة.